Well. Look what the cat dragged in.
We're
Inter Miami are
back.
back. The Heron Heads are back. Better than ever. Of course, two of our co hosts are not here. That's just our MO. That's just how we roll. Thanks for tuning into the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami. My name is Julio, and I'm joined today by Dave. And Jose and Chris are just gallivanting around town as per usual. For those of you in our Discord, which, by the way, check out our Discord link in the description wherever you're listening, who pondered and guessed who was on a cruise this weekend, because someone's always on a cruise between the four of us. And it was Jose. So congratulations to the winners. Your prize is not having to listen to Jose tonight. And yeah, shout out to our Chief Heron Heads, Chow, Mighty V, and Dragon Lord. Thank you guys so much for your continued generous support. We've been obviously radio silent pretty much since we won the MLS Cup last season. So appreciate you guys sticking with us. Appreciate everyone that's going to be coming back in and listening. And it should be a fun season despite the 3-0 drubbing that LAFC just gave us. I think there's a lot to look forward to, and I'm excited to talk about this game and like the little things that I saw at least. But how you been, Dave? As if
Been
I
good,
haven't
yeah.
spoken to you a lot.
Right. Yeah, it's been good. Honestly, we ended the season on a high note. Obviously, the highest of notes we can end for an MLS team. But yeah, you see all the changes that we made in the off season, and you're kind of wondering how that's gonna roll into this season. And I mean, I don't want to put too much credence into this loss. Obviously, it's the first of many matches that we have this season. The first real run that some of these guys are playing together. I know Berterame had I think just 2 sessions with this team or something, or 2 days worth of sessions. Yeah, it's not. They haven't had a ton of time to gel. I know Messi was coming back from a slight hamstring issue, and they still have to figure out where everybody's going to fit into the squad. We saw the way that we ended last season and the formations we were using was very different from how we started last season. So I don't want to put too much credence into this loss. And yeah, I mean it's nice to see a lot of these newcomers get in, and we still have to kind of figure out how we're gonna best deploy these players.
Yeah, I agree. And LAFC is really good. I
Yeah,
think
and
that
that too.
that
That
needs to
too.
be said. LAFC is pretty good. We saw maybe like the worst match that I can recall for Ian Frey, who was appropriately subbed off at halftime. Um, and that's gonna happen when you play against Denny Buonga and Hyomin Son, um, and this LAFC team that just is very good at putting you in awkward situations when you're on the back foot. Obviously, Buonga has like insane pace, and so does Sun for that matter. And then you couple that with their skill ability. Um, yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy to go into LA, play them on opening day, which is historically been awesome for them. They're now 9-0 on opening day. So yeah, I'm not at all like panicked or stressed by this result. I obviously would have loved to have gotten at least a point, but um yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this season. I think the addition of Birdie, I thought Mora played a really nice second half in relief of Frey. Um, but yeah, a couple of the other players that we've had on the team, I thought Silvetti and Segovia were very absent for large stretches of this for this match, as Shoes has just informed us that Toto Aviles just got a red with Montreal. So things could have been worse. But yeah, unfortunately, one really bad moment for Dane St. Clair in this match. But otherwise, I thought he was so good. So good, despite obviously the final scoreline. His positioning is noticeably better than what we've had with Ustadi, Rios Novo, Calendar. It is a different cut of goalkeeper, and one really bad moment, obviously.
And decisiveness from him. He's aggressive, but he's decisively aggressive. Very Rarely does he get caught in no man's land, except for the one time that he got caught in no man's land.
I'm like, what are they feeding the goalkeepers at Inter Miami that we always have a goalkeeper do that every time? It is yeah, that was shocking to me.
Yeah,
But
early on, he made an amazing play to
he
stay
made a
with it.
very
He
good save.
recovered and then was able to get the save again. And even before we gave up the third goal, he did another good job of cleaning up something that looked like it was gonna for sure go in, and he caught it at the baseline as well. Yeah, this is one that it was a big mistake by him, but also that one sequence, it was just the entire backside of the of the team just fell apart, and we're gonna have to see communication get cleaned up because like the first goal was a just horrendous turnover by Rodrigo de Paul, and then we saw time and time again that Frey seemed to be out of position, Mikael seemed to be out of position, and it's just the whole back line as a whole wasn't playing how they should be. And when you're playing as a team like LAFC that has so many killers on that front end, you're not going to stand a chance. So the fact that it took that long to get to the third goal, I think that's good news in the sense that this could have been a lot worse. But yeah, that's something that they got to clean up. Long season.
Yeah, and it's gonna take not only time to gel for this team and all these new pieces, but you have lost a lot of leadership in the
Yeah.
defense. Not just Alba, but you also lose out on Busquets helping organize the defense. And there were definitely times last season where Busquets looked too slow for the game that was laying out in front of him, but tactically he was helping so many players just be in the right positions and again just organizing the defense. And obviously the loss of Alba is probably more profoundly felt when you're playing a team that sits in the low block for most of this match and you're looking for answers to break down that low block, and there's just nothing doing. I mean, all
Yeah.
night we were just trying to force feed really tight interplay between Messi and Segovia or Silvetti, Birdie, but none of it was really paying off because it was I mean an overwhelming amount of bodies that we're trying to get through, and
Yeah.
LAFC they're too good. They're too good structurally to break down in that way. You have to find different angles and different ways to do that.
And the game broke exactly the way that they probably planned for it to go. Like the way that LAFC wanted this game to go was the exact script that they got, and they were able to stay within their plan. I give some credit to Mascherano for making that adjustment with taking Frey off when he did, and and I mean it was an aggressive push to put in Allende over Bright, but I mean we needed scoring at that point, and I don't fault him for those changes. The only change that you might fault him for is Silvetti off for Suarez, but at that point you're kind of grasping at straws and hoping that something sticks to the wall. Um, so I don't fault him for that. And yeah, I mean Allende looked pretty good out there coming off the bench. He didn't look like he was lost. I think that we have pieces. It's just a matter of getting them in shape.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people in the chat that are LAFC isn't good, our midfield sucks. A lot of panic. And I would say I'm not feeling at all panicked. I
Right.
think we're playing our first game of the season. We didn't really have a preseason. Um, there certainly wasn't a world tour like it has been in the past few seasons. Um, and a lot of these players haven't played together. And you're going up again against an LAFC team who, despite what some people in the chat are saying, they are widely considered the co-favorites alongside Inter Miami. So I don't think losing to them 3-0 in the manner in which we lost to them 3-0 with one goal coming at the very end, one being a very um unusual play by Dane St. Clair. I'm not sounding the alarms just yet.
Yeah, it's a sloppy game. That's from the defensive side. It's a sloppy game and lackluster from the attack, and this is not something that you expect moving forward. Mascherano, he kind of figured it out by the end of the season how to properly deploy that defense, and you know that with the pieces that we have, that the attack is going to be okay as well. So Yeah, I agree with you. It's you if you're panicking now, it's like you've never seen sports before in your entire life. Like this is not atypical. The way you start a season is not the way that you end the season. So just
And
take it
even you've never watched this Inter Miami team before because we
right,
had lots of matches like this last season.
right. I
They
mean,
didn't necessarily end 3-0, but we had a lot of matches that just looked like we couldn't break down the defense. We ended up losing like 1-0 or 1-1 and we dropped points. There was a lot of these.
yeah, and choose. Yeah, the first giveaway was terrible by RDP. I mean, there's not a lot of like I can't even say there's not a lot of positive because I like to see some of these new pieces come in and what they can do, and it's hard to really put like to gauge what you're gonna get out of them. So we did see some positives from the new guys. The only like real negative was the lack of communication on the back line, and then you don't like to see Ian Frey struggle like he did, to the point where RDP is pointing out to Mascherano to take him out, which is
Yeah, that was tough.
never
It was a really
never a good
tough
look.
game. I mean, you could tell the frustration he was having. He had that touch that went out of bounds, and he was just sitting on the ground and just like pounding his head against the ball. He was like, "Get me out of here, man!" It's hell, man. He's dealing with Son and Bouanga for this entire match, and there's nothing you could do about it.
We've had some success against Bouanga, but never the Sun Bouanga combo.
No, no. And I remember when we played LA when we first had Messi, and Bawanga, for all intents and purposes, should have had a lot of success against us, but for whatever reason, he couldn't get past Ray Calendar that night. Um, but yeah, tonight was obviously a much different animal. I mean, every time he had someone isolated on that wing, they were toast. At
Yeah,
same goes for Son. I mean, he just dribbled past everybody, and there was a lot of xG.
yeah. It was a different speed. It just looked like a
Yeah,
different speed. Yeah.
yeah, and that's not gonna happen in every match. Not a lot of teams have that sort of attacking prowess. So, in Jose's stead, I think we should get into the most and least of the match.
Sure.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
And now it's time for Jose's most and least of the match, presented by SofaScore. All right, so uh, obviously I have to know the scores here, but I haven't looked yet, so I will participate with you in guessing the most and least of the match. So let's say both. That way, once I open up the SofaScore scores, we can see who was right and
So how we're gonna do this? We're
wrong.
gonna do two each,
Yeah, who was your most and who was your least?
but just one most and one least,
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
okay. Are we excluding Messi?
I don't think we have to in this match because I
Ooh.
don't know if it's him.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give it to the most of the match. I'm gonna give it to. I
It's
want to go
tough.
Messi, but it's such a. Messi had
It took him a while
more
to get involved.
touches and chances, but he had some turnovers. I'm still gonna give it to Berterame. Nah, I'm gonna go with Berterame because he played the whole match. He had some good chances. He didn't have a. Did he have a shot on goal? I don't think he did.
No.
It's tough. I'm gonna go with Berterame, and then my least of the match. I'm gonna have to go with Ian Frey because he was
Yeah.
the one who got pulled at the half, and he was
Yeah.
getting toasted the whole first half.
I'll then take the layup and say Messi for most of the match because we really didn't have any standout performances because RDP was on the ball a lot, but he
Right.
had quite a few turnovers. Bright had some good tackles, had a few fouls. Everyone was no one was obviously good. I think is
Yeah,
is
Messi's
what's
not
going
a
on in
bad
my
one.
head.
Messi put the ball on frame. I think at least once. I know
Yeah,
Silvetti had one on frame, but again, they didn't play the whole match, so it's hard to
right.
go with him.
Yeah, and Frey's the obvious one, but I'll go Dane St. Clair just because he did at the end of it allow 3 goals. But let's get into it over here. So the most of the match was Rodrigo de Paul with the 7.4. The
Okay.
least of the match was Dane St. Clair with the 5.8, Ian Frey with the 6.0. Messi came in with the 6.6, and Bertarame with a 6.2. So he was also pretty down there. Um, I think just for a lot of these players, not a lot of involvement, and it was difficult to. I mean, even for Messi to get involved, I think the broadcast even was mentioning it 30, 35 minutes into the match, how Messi should just drop to where Bright was and just collect the ball and be able to start trying different things. And it wasn't until later in the match that he really started doing that. But by that point, LAFC was pretty set up on defense. So it was a difficult match. It was a difficult match, and I don't think we're gonna have as hard a time for most of the season. I think the defense is gonna get better. I liked little moments from Mikhail. I liked little moments from Falcon. He had some really good one-on-one moments against Sun. And I did like Dane St. Clair's game, even though he allowed 3 goals. He had good saves. His positioning to me was really good and noticeably different, obviously, than Ustari and Rios Novo. Definitely more of a presence and more assertive with his decision making, albeit sometimes bad.
His passing was good. Do you have his numbers for passing? Because I mean, I don't remember a bad pass from him.
His passing was,
which was always a sticking
32 of 35, 4 of 7 long balls. So the 3 passes that were incomplete were long attempts that were hit beyond midfield.
Right.
So yeah, his passing is good. Obviously, that's an improvement over Drake Callender. Ustadi was decent on the ball, but his movement was limited. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to break down the game too much because even though we possessed the ball a lot, it was a lot of just banging our head against the wall, hoping that it would fall down, but it didn't. I like that Mascherano didn't jump the gun on bringing Suarez in and almost like fall back on bad habits. And I like that he didn't sub out Birdie for him. I like that he just put both of them out there and just went balls to the wall and tried to get something going. I mean, Allende on for Bright, he went very attacking, and I'm good with that. Like, I'm good with that. I'm good with the sub at 45 minutes at halftime. He got it wrong, and he recognized that and made the change. And Morad did good.
Yeah, I actually liked it. Stinks because you love Ian Frey so much. We've watched him fight to get playing time, fight to come back from injury after injury, and really excel at certain points in his career. And then you don't want to see him fall out of favor. But I mean, this is a whole program that you got to have everybody being able to step in. So
yeah,
if Mora's going to be the hot hand, that's okay. And if Ray has to change his role or just be like a platoon type player, that's okay as well. Just we need to have our best guys out there. And yeah, it's nice to have 2 choices as opposed to Frey and oh god, here comes Cello, or oh no, Yedlin's going to get cooked. Like this seems to be a better outcome. And we still have Noah Allen on the other side and Reguilon. Who knows when we'll get Sergio, hopefully at some point in the near future.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Peace Lawal asks, was the field actually smaller than usual? This field is a little bit less wide than their previous field. I don't know how it stacks up against other pitches, but the broadcast mentioned it quite a few times. Obviously that doesn't benefit us because then LAFC can pack it in even tighter in the middle of the pitch. So yeah, it was a tough go. Next up is Orlando, and obviously we're on the road for the first month and a half while they finish construction at Freedom Park, which will be good later this season, but it's a tough start to the season. Orlando lost 2-1 today against who were they playing? I watched part of that game. They were playing against, please hold. They were playing against New York Red Bulls. And yeah, it would be nice to have them start 0-2. Obviously, in-state rivals, so the Florida Derby, as it were. But yeah, bit of a short one today, but we lost 3-0. Not always the fun episode to do, especially to kick off the season. It's good to be back. It's good to be learning about this team again. It was a long season last season, and yeah, I think there's a lot to be excited about despite the final result here, the final score. So, yeah, if you guys haven't already, check out our Discord. Again, linked in the description. The entire offseason was super active, so really appreciative of all the members that are in there. Just a cool place to hang out with other Inter Miami fans. And yeah, there's a bunch of other cool links. I think there's a link to our merch shop, and I don't remember what else, but there's a bunch of stuff in there. Oh, Patreon. Yeah, go support us on Patreon. It's super helpful and helps us do really amazing things that I never could have imagined, like going to the MLS Cup final. So appreciate you guys' support. Appreciate you guys tuning in to the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami. We will start having more regular episodes as we get into the swing of things here for the season. So make sure you hit the notification bell, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.